to have this like as impactful as possible to take away stuff. And I decided to just go creating 13 rules for pitching and visual storytelling, or not only visual storytelling, but that's important. Perfect. All right. Well, you have the title at the top. Let me show you this here somehow. I can, but it doesn't matter. Okay. So we have 13 rules that I have here. There we go. Of pitching and storytelling. Everyone wants to have an impactful pitch. And rule number one is we need to be visual and tell a story. So you want to take whoever is listening to you on a journey from the beginning till the end throughout the pitch. So using slides wisely is important. The slide needs to support you in what you're trying to convey and not the other way around. Try to be visual as much as you can. Use pictures, use emojis. Make sure that there is a connection between you and your audience with the slides supporting you, and let the listener experience your product and pitch. So this is like rule number one. I'm going to mark it as done. Rule number two is you need to know your stuff. Here I have, you need to know your shit. So you need to be clear on who your audience is, who exactly they are, what do they need, what do they want, what do they aspire for, because they're not going to tell you that. It's your job to figure it out by exploring and asking the right questions. Two, you need to know your competitive landscape inside out. For your own benefit, you need to know what's out there, but you will also get asked and you need to answer the questions and know what makes you different and what makes you so special. And the third thing you need to know very well is know your numbers. So the other one is you need to stand your ground. So it's good to accept feedback, but it's good to also state that you know what you're talking about. You answer the questions with confidence, and the way you present as well should make absolute sense. There's a thin line between standing your ground and being arrogant. So finding the right balance, not to come across as arrogant, but being confident is essential. The other one is focus. Oftentimes we see founders just cracking jokes in between or throughout the presentation, and this is not what you want to do. You want to be like completely focused. You don't have much time. The attention span of listeners in general is really short, because when you're going to pitch to investors, or even if you're going to do a sales pitch for potential partners and so on, you're not going to be the only one. And there are so many things happening. There's so much noise, not physical, but things happening in general. So you need to be really focused and focus on your messaging as you're moving along. So this is essential. Number 5, I think I can get this straight now, is be empathetic. Empathetic is key. You need to understand and be able to put yourself in the shoes of your listeners, of your audience, of your investors, of your potential partners, and need to understand how they think. And you need to know what they look for, what they're interested in, what they like, what they dislike, and so on. So you need to do your research first on who's going to be there. Now, I understand sometimes it's not that easy and it's not always possible, but try to ask about who's going to be in the room and see who they are. So that's key. The next one is managing expectations. One of the worst things that can happen in any pitch, but beyond pitching as well, is either setting the wrong expectations or not being clear on expectations. No one else will set the expectations better than yourself. So make sure this is very clear from the beginning. And there are different ways of doing that. If you're the one who asked for, this call or this meeting to pitch, you can set that earlier on. If you're part of a competition or pitching with other people around, you need to do that on the spot straight away. So this is one thing to keep in mind. Now, I'm aware that everything I'm saying here is like going through 13 rules, but I think if you get each one of them, you can dig deeper, because obviously we don't have too much time to dig deep into each one of them, but I hope this helps. The next one is showcase your team. You need to showcase your story as a founder and as a team, and why you are the best to be doing what you're doing, why you are the best suited to be, invested in as well. So this is really key, and bragging a little bit is not bad either. So, don't completely dismiss yourself. Show why you are there, because you need to create this attention and this hook from the beginning all the way through. And this is one part where you can do that very well. So make sure they know that you're the best fitted to do that. You, your team, your superstars, and they want to know more about you. So team, because at the end of the day, you're going to be hearing that from investors. They invest in people, not just in products, basically. So number 8, share your vision. You need to showcase that you're heading somewhere with what you have, with what you've created. Even if it's blurry, it's blurry, but we know that this is where you want to get to. And this is why I have like something here, like that could be like the light or a tree. You're going somewhere. And this is what you want to convey, knowing that you know what you're doing today, you know where you want to head to. Now, how you're going to do that exactly step by step, it's fine if it's not clear. That's not your job to be doing like in that, specific pitch, but knowing you have a plan, this is very essential, because you want to, change the world somehow. Number 9 is do not fall in love with your idea, but fall in love with it as well. And let me explain what I mean here. So if you're at a very early stage, you don't want to just fall in love with an idea and not listen to anything else that's happening and going on around. But if you already have something solid and your customers are already, or you already have traction, this is where you can fall in love with it and make sure that you showcase this. Because at the end of the day, it's the market that judges. It's not just yourself by just loving what you're saying. Okay. And this is a tricky one, because if you're a first-time founder and it's the first time you're doing something, you're spending so much time on it, it's very easy just to love it, and not be able to let go of things. So keep this in mind. Fall in love with the mission, fall in love with the problem, fall in love with the opportunity, but don't fall in love with just the solution or what you're presenting today. So that done. Number 10, listen and accept feedback. So you're going to get lots of feedback, even from your friends, from your family, from investors, from the market, anything. Take this on board. Just listen. Now, one thing I would say, listening to your friends and family, they will always love you. They want to protect you. They will tell you it's always great. So you don't just need to listen to that. You need to listen to the outside world that is going to be the real judge. So make sure you listen to feedback, whether you like it or not, take it on board and then make a decision. There is a big difference between listening and hearing. So you want to make sure you listen. And you're going to get that every day. And this is great, because this is the best way for you to grow as a founder, as a leader. Number 11, and I love that one, smile. No one wants to be in business with someone who doesn't smile. So smile, but be genuine. Don't smile for the sake of it, but just be you, be comfortable, smile, because this is how you're approachable as well. Number 12 is dress properly. So if you're pitching at the beach or so, just, you can be in your flip-flops. But if you're going to, another kind of meeting, virtual or not, just dress accordingly. And again, this goes back to doing your research into who you're pitching to. And number 13 is enjoy what you're doing. Learn from the process, because the process is key. The journey is key. It's the most enjoyable part, because lots of things happen. It's good to take a step back, breathe, and look at what you've achieved so far. Even if you feel that you're not achieving anything, you're always moving forward, because this is always part of the process and the journey. It's never linear. You always have ups and downs all the time. So just be okay with it and enjoy that. That was it. And the bonus, in any situation you are in general, if you're pitching or like talking to, customers, user, whoever that may be, or investors, it's always about how you say it, not only about what you say. And this makes a big, big difference. So yeah, if you have any questions in the comments, do let me know.